Hi everyone, welcome back. Before we go into today's video, I want to give my sincere thanks to Jamie at Enigmatic Nomadic for his hard work in the production of this video. He was either the cameraman, the editor, or appears in it. Whichever one it is, or all three, thank you so much, James. And everyone, please go to his channel and support him, because he works tremendously hard for our community and deserves our full support. Now, let's watch the video. So I'm really impressed with how you set up your ambulance. I think it's just amazing all you've done. You must have some experience living on wheels.
I have experience being a nomad, that's for sure. I've lived on sailboats, everything from a 35-foot to a 50-foot sailboat.
What kind of different vehicles have you lived in since you lived on the boat?
I had an Astrovan. I've lived in a Suburban. I had a Class B RV, which I really liked, but I traded that for a 40-foot bus. Well, I ended up trading that for my ambulance.
That is a this is the inverter.
Correct.
And that is a nice big one. What is that?
That's a 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter. It also charges the batteries when it's plugged in.
That's a really fine piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And these are look like really expensive batteries.
Those batteries are, if you ever see the big cell towers and they have a big building on the bottom, that building's full of these. And something like this.
Right.
And basically, these are the batteries that are used for most of your communications towers.
So they're an industrial, extremely deep cycle, heavy duty battery.
Correct. And they're designed to have 12 to 15 years of service life.
Well, you must have paid a whole bunch of money for those.
No. I don't pay a whole lot of money for anything. I usually buy stuff on Craigslist. Retail, these run about $2,000, and I definitely didn't pay anywhere close to that.
Craigslist?
Yes.
No, yeah, Craigslist is the answer.
Craigslist and OfferUp are really good places to find items.
Yeah. So we were talking about the battery. They're very expensive batteries.
Right, I'll tell you what I paid for these. I paid $100 a piece. They run for about $600 to $800 new.
Wow.
I think I actually bought these on Craigslist, but I knew what they were. So. Well,
it's the same thing, isn't it? They can only be in service for so long, then they swap them out, even though they're plenty good of life left in.
Yeah, basically what they do, anytime they do a retrofit, so they upgrade something, usually they upgrade everything. So they'll start over. And so everything comes out of the building and they put a whole new fresh system in.
Wow.
So, and they'll do that every, 5 or 6 years actually.
And you were pointing out that these are still under warranty.
Yeah, they're under warranty until 2018.
So you not only did you just pay $100 for a really premium battery, but it's still under warranty until 2018.
I could send all 4 of these back to the factory and get brand new ones if I wanted.
Wow! That is an amazing deal. That's something also, folks, to keep your eye out on, is things on deals like that. Okay, why don't you go ahead and show us the rest of the inside of the van?
All right.
It looks like you have an air conditioner. That's just amazing. How could you have an air conditioner in a van? It's impossible.
Well, no, it's not impossible. You just have to have a good amount of quality solar panels and some battery reserve.
So, Sam, tell me how you're running your air conditioner inside your van.
I'm running it off the inverter, or I can hook it up to the generator.
Right. Which costs you some money and some noise.
Right. The nice thing about the inverter is it doesn't make any noise. So, and I sleep during the day a lot of times because I work security work. So I'm working at night and I'm in the van during the day. I have 400 watts of solar panels, and that's enough to keep my batteries from draining too fast.
Right.
So there's still a drain on the batteries. I'd need about 1,000 watts to keep up with the AC, but it's enough to keep it from draining too fast, and I can, at night, just take it real easy on my. So I can get about 2 days out of it if I don't charge it. But I have the alternator too, so it charges up my batteries.
Well, especially with a 200 amp alternator.
Oh yeah.
And so how many watts, how many amps does your, this is a portable AC?
Right, it's a portable AC. I think it pulls 8 amps.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, 8 amps at 110.
Right.
So times 10, it would be over 80. So yeah, that's an awful lot for the for the inverter, but it runs it just fine.
Right, it runs it just fine. Definitely, if you're going to run anything that uses a compressor, you want to have a pure sine wave inverter.
Absolutely.
In my learning, my practicing, I've toasted a couple of window ACs, and that I got real cheap because the compressors can't handle the modified sine wave.
Right, they want really clean power.
Right, and actually most pure sine wave inverters is actually cleaner power than you get from your house.
Right. Can you run the air conditioner for us?
This is my voltage here. It's showing 13.6. And you'll watch it, it'll slowly start going down. And that's what the solar panel is running. So it'll start slowly going down, and maybe an hour or so we'll be down to 12.9,
What are we looking at? This readout?
Yeah, the readout. It's 80 degrees currently in here. You can see it's on cool, and it's on high fan. And it's only running on the inverter. I'm actually running this, my TVs, and the wall wart for this are all running off the inverter right now.
Can you switch the display to show amps?
So I'm getting, off my solar panels, I'm running 23 amps right now off the solar panels. And that's what's helping keep this up with the batteries.
Right.
If I were to shut my solar panels off, my batteries would only last about 2 hours.
Right. But they're just barely losing.
Right. Yeah, because I got 23 amps coming in, and I'm pulling maybe 100 amps coming out right now.
Right. So you can't run it all day with just 400 watts, and you can't.
But I can run it in the hottest part of the day.
Yes, you can.
When the sun's right above me, it's beating down, especially in Phoenix. I can run it for 5 or 6 hours and still have my rating show 100% on my.
Or you could run it for an hour, turn it off for an hour, run it for an hour. Have you tried that?
Yeah, you could do that.
Run it for an hour, off an hour. But you've tried that and it didn't work so well?
Well, it has a hard time keeping up.
Right.
And the compressor heats up faster. If I leave it on, it doesn't use as many amps in the long run.
How about that? Yeah, but it makes perfect sense when you think about it that way. So wow, that's just amazing. And you're of course in Phoenix, where 115 is pretty routine.
Right. And again, this is only an 8,000 BTU. I'm going to upgrade and go to a 12,000, which I'll probably have to run my generator on at that point in time.
Right.
But if you were in like an Astro or something like that, you could even get away with and well insulated, you could probably get away with like a 5,000 BTU window AC, which in all reality I could probably run for all day long and not have an issue with here in Phoenix.
Right.
So it would probably be a little more efficient than this, because this the single tube AC units actually recycle some of the air inside the building, or inside the van in this case, and spit that out as hot air. So it's pulling more hot air from outside. If I were to seal up this van totally and have this be the only thing in here, it would start being a vacuum inside my van. Right. So it's pulling some of the air out of the van, and it has to get that air from somewhere. It's coming from outside. It's 115 degrees outside, so you're pulling 115 degree air coming in, and it's fighting itself. So the dual tube ones actually pull the air from the outside to cool the condenser and put it out. So none of that air is back. You can actually use that in a sealed vehicle. So
it would cost you a little more to buy it, but boy, it would pay off in the long run.
In the long run, you're going to stay a lot cooler.
So the problem is, with only 400 watts, if you don't run it overnight.
No, I can't.
Because if you run it overnight, that'll run your batteries down.
Right.
And the next day, when it's 115 again, you won't have enough power to run it then.
Right. But again, I could run my engine, or I could run it off the generator. The biggest thing is, I don't like to run it after. I'd like to have at least a couple hours of sunlight so that I can watch my TV at night.
Now, where would you be if you could add 200 or 300 more watts of solar? You would probably be where you want to be.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And I've thought about that. Right now I'm using poly solar panels, and they're bigger. So for 100 watts, if I were to go to a mono cell solar panel, I could shrink the size down. I could probably get 5 or 6 solar panels up here.
Right.
The other option is to go to an MPP charge controller and go to a higher voltage mono, and I could probably get 1,000 watts on top of my van.
Right, yeah. So really, with air conditioner, it's either run it just during the day or have enough solar and enough battery to get you through the night and then recharge it the next day.
Right.
So, well, so thank you so much for sharing your air conditioning with us. That solves a lot of problems for a lot of people. What else did you adapt that was already here from the ambulance?
Well, this whole wall here is this typical ambulance wall. So all these glass doors, they're actually plexiglass, but that's all what you get when you get an ambulance. This panel, different ambulances, some of them have them in different places, but all my circuitry's in here, and that came with the ambulance. I've done some modifications. Of course, it didn't have solar panels, so the solar panel controller and our inverter controller are new. But the driving AC, so when you're driving down the road, you can cool the back, that was here. And then all the wiring behind there is there.
So I see you have 2 TVs going.
Actually, this is an actual TV that takes over the air, but it has also has inputs on the back. I use I have a media center up here. This is a media server. There's a 1 terabyte hard drive. It goes through there, and it's sort of like a Roku box or an Amazon box. And then that runs out and goes to this monitor and this monitor, and then the sound actually goes to my van sound system.
So you're an auto visual guy, and you like that. That's important to you.
That's my life, basically.
Right.
When I'm not doing security work, I'm doing AV work, and so that's what I do. So
you got a great big old looks like queen size bed.
it's actually a full size.
Full size.
I could probably fit a queen in here, but I've got storage down the side here that I use.
And you have storage underneath the bed.
Right. It fits a full flip-top bin underneath the bed.
And underneath you have a Waco compressor 12-volt fridge.
Right. This is a compressor 12-volt fridge. It's a rotary compressor, which I like better than the pulse compressors. This is actually out of a Kenworth.
And so just to summarize, you're happy owning an ambulance. You're really glad you got it.
Yes, I'm definitely really glad I got it. The only thing I wish is it had more headroom.
So 2 important questions everyone asks. To me, I just know the answer automatically, but people want to know how to go to the bathroom in a van.
I have a porta potty. I keep it right here. Depending on the way I've set up the van, I can actually slide that under the bed as well. I actually use a pee bottle most of the time.
Most of us do.
But if I have visitors that have to sit down, then they can do that.
Right. So just a simple solution is a porta potty.
Yeah.
And how do you shower?
I actually have a gym membership, so I usually go to the gym and shower. Some sports parks will have showers in them. I've used those. If I actually had to shower, I can set up a little canvas around the front and use a hand shower or a hobo bath.
Just a quick cleanup inside.
Right.
A wash basin and washcloths.
Yeah. Or even, I grew up camping. We used wet wipes.
Sure. I do exactly the same. I think most of us do.
Yeah.
It's such a mystery to people how you stay clean, but it's really the simplest thing you can do.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the bigger problems are how to stay cool.
Right.
And warm in the winter.
Yes. And well, in Phoenix it does get a little cool at times. Do you run a heater?
No, I haven't. I got lots of blankets.
Yeah, that's just pile them on. You're fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay cold for long.
No, it doesn't.
No, that's a good thing. Well, Sam, thank you so much for sharing your vehicle. I'm just really delighted to see everything you've done and all the great ideas you have, and we just really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have an awesome day.
Okay, and folks, we'll talk to you later. And in the meantime, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like us on YouTube. Bye.